What's up, Reapers? Welcome back to the crypt. Got me a Mountain Dew with one of my koozies. Actually, I just got this thrash and get trashed. Snafu. Second time I've seen them open for I don't want to say they're like a big name band, but they are pretty big name. It was DRI. That I just saw them open for. I saw them open for Possessed back in May. This is more stuff I've been jamming, and I have a cassette finally. This is a band local to Detroit, MRSA with Sanctified. It's pretty good thrash metal. It's just like a green cassette, nothing. Vocalist was nice as hell. Kind of wish I got a photo with him, actually, but didn't want to be too much of a bother. Also, before I continue, I do have a lot of reviews I gotta get done. I've been super busy with just work, and my cat is having issues, and with that on my mind, I've been able to really properly take care of myself. And my room is a bit of a mess. But that said, I will be reviewing. So anyone who asks for a review, if you're watching, I am going to do a review. I thank you for your patience. I've been liking what I've been hearing. So yeah, the rest of these are CDs. First one is Black Metal. This was a blind buy from I've been Paragon. This is Serpent's Throne with Beyond the Chains of Decadence. Some pretty good primitive, and I just realized I'm missing an album. Yes. This is it. It was actually really entertaining when I listened to it at work. This is just a Serpent Throne sticker. Yeah, I mean, not anything I would say is terrible, but definitely not bad. Next up, Revenge, Victory, Intolerance, Mastery. I'm a big Revenge fan, and I had this on at work today, and then I put it on again when I got home, and I was like, fuck, man. I mean, every song is just relentless. Oh my god, I'm forgetting another fucking... I'm so sorry, guys. Yes. Just put it in there so we don't have... Yeah, sorry. Next up, Skeletal Remains. With Entombment of Chaos. Love Skeletal Remains. Said I'm not gonna be able to see them in a few days, but I'm about to see Metallica, so I think everyone knows this album. Not too much to go into it. Next up, this is probably one of my favorite Bastille Black Death War Metal albums, period. Definitely my favorite from this band so far. Proclamation with Exervation of Cruel Bestiality. Fucking love this. I mean, there is no reason. If you guys have seen Count Blagroth, I know he did a video on this band, and then he just did another video a few days ago updating his Proclamation collection, and then he just talked about them again in his latest video. His like top 10 Black Death Bastille War Metal albums. This is I think this is on it. I know it has Proclamation, and God, ever since I watched his video on Proclamation, that was I just ended up loving them. Next up, we got Ingested with the Surruption 2. This is a redux versions of the Surruption. So, you know, the Alpha and Omega, easily my favorite track. That last one right there. Yeah. Next up, I have the koozie, I have the hat, and now I have the CD. Of course, I'm not wearing the hat, but Snafu with Exile / Banishment. Great, just thrash metal. Tinges into death metal at times. Yeah. Hermit. So just, hey man, love supporting local bands. Next up is Schoolgirl Upon Thy Cross with Schoolgirl. Some girl grind, I believe is what they're labeled as, which is basically just grindcore about anime. Or it's a gore grind about anime, because girl means gore in the anime weeb community, I think. I don't know if it's Japanese. Next up, Disfigured Dead with Relentless. I mean, this is one of my favorite albums in death metal. And when I saw that it was on Spotify finally, I wept because I knew I had to put it on at work, and I did. Every other album I put on, I was like, I gotta go back to Disfigured Dead. The riffs, I mean, punishing atonement. Cauterized, God Forgives I Don't. Summoning Execution, Death Disguised Dream Demise, Self Dissection, The Process of Decay. God, I mean, the hammer is this album, and the sound is just hammering you in the face. Next up, something I got through the Metalhead box, and I'm not sure what's going on with them, and I need to make sure that I'm still subscribed because my card getting hacked. We have Scalding with Exordium. Really good black metal. Actually better than what I usually hear, and that's not saying black metal is bad. I'm just not always in the mood for it. Next up, Manic Outburst with Violent Agitation. This is more Detroit crossover thrash. The vocalist actually gave this to me as a freebie. He was like, "Hey, I don't worry about the money. No, you wanted a shirt, so I appreciate that." And I was like, "Oh, well, okay." Next up, we have some Slam. Y'all ready for the Slam? Organectomy, Domain of the Wretched. Love this, and these guys were amazing live. I think they're from Australia, I believe, or no, New Zealand. So next up, one of my favorite album from this band personally, Opeth with Damnation. I love this album. Every song is gorgeous, and it's my favorite in the sense of it's not it doesn't feel like overly progressive, and that's why I have a problem with a lot of their early work. Now, granted, there are still great songs on those albums, but yeah. Next up, some classic thrash metal, Megadeth, but with one of their later albums, Dystopia. This is probably my favorite. I don't really have a favorite Megadeth album, but if I had to choose one, I mean, this has a lot of the songs that I go back to. I mean, The Threat is Real, Title Track, Death from Within, Bullet to the Brain, Post American World, Poisonous Shadows, Conquer or Die, Foreign Policy. And finally, I also saw these guys live, and fun fact, one of the members is in another band, which I'll talk about in a moment. Retox AD with Rabid Dog. They were selling this for like $8. I couldn't pass it up. They so one of the members is also in the band Deathwish, and they had a bunch of Deathwish shirts, and I was gonna buy one, but I didn't want to overkill myself, and I was like, what's with the Deathwish stuff? Because I didn't know that, and when I found out, I was like, huh. Because I recognized it from early Metalhead Box videos. It's definitely gotten less playtime than I would like it to, but that said, thank you all for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And as always, keep it grim.